Coming to you from an underground bunker in an undisclosed location. And covering it all from politics, religion, world news. Keeping you up to speed with all of the current events. And with Mike on the board and taking your phone calls, it's time for Politically Sound. And here's your political analyst, Stephanie LaRock.
Hello, everybody. I am your host, Stephanie LaRock, and this is Politically Sound. Welcome. And, of course, we always have the very smart, the very lovely, the very intelligent Mike joining us, as always, to be our sounding board and to answer all those tough questions.
Like what to make for supper?
I was actually thinking of, it's like, he reminds me like of Opal, and those of you who remember Opal, I know Jay certainly remembers Opal, and glad you came to check things out, Jay. But if you remember Opal, like she was like Opalpedia. Well, like Mike has been like the Google king for years, so I always said it would be interesting to have an Opalpedia off against the king of Google, Mike. So
yeah, you can throw out the questions and we'll each have our laptops set up and see who can answer it first.
Is Jay Francis an operator in here? Actually, he's my friend, but he could be an operator in here if he wanted to be. See?
And now he is.
And now he is. Now he probably kick ban me.
Congratulations on your
promotion. No, actually, I don't
Jay.
think you can kick ban the hoster. Well, even if you can, Jay, don't, okay? It's the middle of the show, we're recording.
Let's not find out.
I usually don't mod anybody. I don't know. What about you, Jay? When you do your show, do you mod it? I usually don't mod anybody. Just because, what do I need a mod for? If I see, because I'm kind of like you. We don't kick ban people.
Yeah, if they're being silly, we just point it out.
Jay's like that on his show too. He never kick bans people, and unless it's just like a spammer who's just going to keep spamming, whatever. If you can at all reach them, I don't kick them out. I don't care what they're saying, how rudely they're saying it, how ignorant, because that's the whole thing about freedom, isn't it? Freedom means that as much as you may sound like an asshole to me if you're saying something, but I'll let you say it. I'll give you a platform. But then when I rip your argument piece for piece, don't say I didn't warn you.
Yes, and if you're just in to make rude statements, well, we can point and laugh.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes. And it's always fun to poke sticks at people that just, make it their business to just be a troll on the internet. Yeah. And you got to wonder what kind of suck-ass lives they have in real life. If you actually take the time to become a troll on the internet, how bad do you think your real life is?
Ooh.
Maybe that's why you're a troll on the internet. Maybe that's why people become trolls. I've never personally understood it.
No, it just seems
like I understand the whole they're trying to get attention, or there's a certain politics to it, if you will. But
yeah, well, there is that occasional, it's a rare breed, that occasional really good troll, like on a message board, that knows how to start an argument and step back and watch it happen.
Yeah, because we had one on Nation States one time, and he was a very good troll.
He was.
He was actually a talented troll.
He was fun, because he did
and
everybody
nobody would have guessed
up.
He had actually had been trolling for over a year until, people had suspected it once or twice, but the confirmation came from him.
Yep. When he left, he's like, I'm tired of this. Just so you know,
I've been trolling. I don't believe anything I've been saying.
I've been messing with you.
I've just been trolling for the last year on the website, on the forums. Yeah. So that was interesting. But, all the buzz, and really there's nothing else worth talking about, is this freaking financial situation that's going on.
Yeah. Who to bail out, if you're Citibank.
And do you find how interesting it is that, for the first week or two of after Obama won the election, or, whatever, everyone's, Obama's saying, I'm not the president yet. Bush is still the president. Have you noticed how that's kind of shifted? And actually there are two presidents almost at the same time, and Obama is leading, even though despite the fact that Bush still has 57 days left in office. Is it just me that's noticed that, or does it look like Obama's the president right now? For the inauguration in 57 days, people are listening to what he's saying. They're more interested in the team he's putting together. We've seen the stock market rally 2 days in a row. Like on Friday they rallied, and again today they rallied. The naming of they leaked the name Friday of the guy there that's going to be the Treasury Secretary.
Yep.
Under Obama. And then today, he very early this morning named his economic team that will certainly at least be with him for the first term.
Well, I think the markets
and the markets, they rallied. They closed just below 400, added 400 almost points.
Yeah, the markets are looking at
well
Bush.
Above 8,000.
They're looking at Bush and going, no matter what he says, he's gone in 2 months.
He's a lame duck.
Yeah, we want to know what's happening next year, and so of course they're hanging on Obama's words. And let's face it, Bush isn't really talking that much. He's like that guy that's at the, looking at that 2 weeks left.
He's like, listen, there's only so much I can do.
Yeah, I got a couple of months left till retirement. I'm going to put my feet up, hang out at Camp David, drink a little bit more of this free booze I got, and
yes, and I'm filthy rich, so ultimately I'll survive it just fine.
And Dad'll get me a nice position on the Carlyle Group, and life is good.
And there you go.
And
life will be good for Georgie Porgy.
Well, and he doesn't feel he has to lead. He's coming to an end.
Yeah, well, did George Bush really ever lead? I mean, it looked like he was going to after 9/11.
Yeah, it did.
And then all of a
briefly.
sudden,
But even then, he only sort of led on the one issue. I mean, as far as leading the country for anything beyond, whose ass we're going to kick in retaliation, what else was there?
There was a certain sense that he was going to, go into Afghanistan, which is where the fight is where legitimately the fight always was. It's like this whole, the surge worked, we won in Iraq, this and that. Bullshit. It's not true. All that happened was you had what's known as the Sunni awakening, or they call it the awakening. And they try to give the surge credit with that. And the truth is, the Sunni awakening, the Anbar, I believe they call it awakening, started happening before the surge.
Yeah, the Sunnis got tired of Al-Qaeda blowing up crap in their neighborhood, and they were the ones that kicked Al-Qaeda out of Anbar province by and large.
And so you know what they did? They went to Afghanistan. They just left the Americans there and decided, well, we can kill a lot more Americans, really, and the whole world.
Yeah.
Because NATO's there. They got all their people over here in Iraq.
Yeah, well,
and so we can do it with somewhat relative impunity.
Well, and the Iraqis had their
own... they have that safeguard on the Pakistan border.
Yeah, because they have that area they can operate from. And in Iraq, the people are like, we're having our own little civil war thing going on here, and your outside help is of no help at all. So, leave us alone. They became unwelcome.
Yeah.
As a foreign, we already have one foreign force we're dealing with. You guys
captured or killed or anything like that. They moved.
Yeah, they left.
They went to Afghanistan.
Yeah, back to their home stomping grounds where they were welcome and had lots of support and lots of things to do.
When our own bases are getting attacked in Afghanistan, which is what has happened quite a few times now. I mean, you never heard, you heard about we've heard about them lofting in bombs, whatever, into the green zone and stuff like that in Iraq, but not our actual bases in Afghanistan being attacked. But that's happening.
It has been happening, and over the past month, I mean, they've really put a stranglehold on the resupply lines that run through Pakistan. I mean, it's getting harder and harder.
So they're taking the supplies meant for the NATO members, and they're
using them to attack NATO members.
Well, yes, and they're getting food and water and everything that a NATO soldier would get.
Yeah, and the biggest one is the gasoline, because all the fuel that has to get trucked in, they've been picking that stuff up left, right, and center, because not a whole lot of pipelines in Waziristan, I don't think.
Yeah. Well, they did talk about the pipeline under Afghanistan for some time. That seems very unlikely now.
Yeah, I don't think anyone has any interest in let's put in something that could be blown up at any point and run it through the most volatile region in the world. What are the odds that's going to work
Yes.
out?
And let's do this for the landlocked country.
Yeah.
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 No.
There's